The WPKY Saturday Morning Quarterback Show is on the air on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and WPKYonline.com. Time to take a look back at last night's Caldwell County game with the coaches and, of course, your host, Bob Hayes.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Morning Quarterback on WPKY. Dennis Stevens setting in for Bob Hayes. Bob is at his annual job cooking pancakes and sausage down at the Kiwanis Breakfast at Ogden Church. So stop in there. They have that going on this morning from 7 until 10. And I'm going to vouch, as John Miller here on Controls will, also great pancakes and sausage, so worth the trip down to Ogden this morning to get you some of that. Last night, Caldwell County suffered its first loss of the season, a 42-14 setback to the Hopkinsville Tigers. We have Coach Wayne McGowan here in studio, and we're going to talk to him about that game next. After we take this quick break, we'll be right back, start talking about the first half here on Saturday Morning Quarterback on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and online at WPKYonline.com.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Taco John's. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
And it looks like we're in store for a gorgeous Black Patch Saturday today. It's going to be mostly sunny with highs reaching near 82 this afternoon. Then mostly clear tonight with overnight lows around 60. So be sure to come on out to Black Patch in downtown Princeton. Stop by the WPKY booth and give us a shout out. Then on Sunday, mostly sunny with highs reaching near 84. Partly cloudy for your Sunday night with overnight lows around 64. But again, for your Black Patch Saturday today, sunny with highs near 82.
This is Kathy Wynn, and I would like to invite you to come experience Farmers Bank. I have worked here for more than 25 years, and I love taking care of our customers. I have no doubt you'll enjoy banking with us, so come by and see me at our main office to set up your account. And don't worry if you have small children, bring them with you, because we've got a kids corner to keep them busy while we take care of you. Being customer, community, and employee driven is what we're all about, so stop by and see us at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Howdy, folks. Right now, come into KFC and get a free chocolate cake with a 10-piece meal. It's free. It's free chocolate cake. How else can I say it? It's a whole chocolate cake that you don't pay any additional money for. See, that's the arrangement. I don't know how else to explain this. You buy a 10-piece bucket meal. I slide an actual chocolate cake made of real actual cake across the counter. You take it, and we both go our merry ways. So come on down to KFC. Get your free cake today. It's finger-licking good. Offer excludes 12-piece tenders meal, limited time only, participating locations.
It's a big week in Princeton, Kentucky. It's the annual Black Patch Heritage Festival this weekend. Bella Marie hopes you enjoy all the festivities, and they're going to celebrate Black Patch with a great special, available at all 3 locations. Shop Friday or Saturday and get 15% off store-wide. Normal exclusions apply. Make a purchase and enter to win a Bella Marie gift card. Enjoy Black Patch and a Black Patch special from Bella Marie Boutique, Princeton, Hopkinsville, Madisonville. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for pictures and daily specials.
This is Holly Van Hooser with the Woodall Agency in Princeton, Kentucky. Are you wanting the best options that meet your needs? If so, call our friendly and professional agents who are just a phone call away at 365-5541 or visit our website woodallagency.com. We will give you a free quote for your home, auto, or even your business. We will get back with you on the best options that meet your needs. Our office is located at 110 West Washington Street. Call Woodall, y'all.
Give your infant toddler a good start with WIC. WIC will provide formula and baby food for infants and nutritional foods for toddlers, children, and pregnant and breastfeeding moms. A family of 4 can make up to $46,435 annual gross income and still qualify for WIC. Those on Medicaid will qualify with their Medicaid card. Grandparents raising their grandchildren, there is help. Contact your local health department in Caldwell, Crittenden, Livingston, Lyon, or Trigg County to set up an appointment. WIC is an equal opportunity provider.
Ladies, all the latest trendy boutique styles are waiting for you at Magnolia 2 Boutique in Hopkinsville. We have an amazing selection of apparel that celebrates women of all ages, sizes, and styles. You'll love our jewelry, accessories, and handbags, including our new Bed Stew collection. And we have entire rooms dedicated to curvy size styles and shoes. Our selection and prices cannot be beat, and we can't wait to see you. You'll find us at 5120 Princeton Road, Hopkinsville, or shop with us online at Magnolia2, that's TOO.com.
Henry Golden Boy .22 caliber rifle. Cody Firearms Museum Collector Series. Only one of 1,000 made. How would you like a chance to win? The Armory Gun Shop is selling chances for $5 each. Only 500 tickets will be sold, so you better hurry in and get your chance. Tickets can be purchased in-store and at Princeton Napa Auto Parts. The drawing will take place on October 1st. Net proceeds will be donated to the Caldwell County Sportsman's Club.
How do you like her?
Mike, she only has 3 wheels.
Yeah, but the store sold her to me for 25% less.
Don't buy 75% of a lawnmower. Buy a mower that will last from a company that backs it up with service. Lawn Cutters. Like us on Facebook and find us on Skyline Drive at Hopkinsville and at lawncuttersequipment.com.
Lawn Cutters, still running.
The Saturday Morning Quarterback Show continues on WPKY. Here's your host, Bob Hayes.
And welcome back to Saturday Morning Quarterback. Dennis Stevens setting in for Bob Hayes this morning. John Miller in on controls. And with us this morning, Coach Wayne McGowan. And, Coach, we haven't had a chance to cross paths since you became the new head coach at Caldwell County. So I want to wish you personally congratulations on the job and think you're doing a great job so far in that position.
All right, thank you, Dennis.
Going into the third game of the year last night, you're still kind of feeling your team out. I'm sure getting you had a lot of new starters at key positions on offense. So what were your feelings, or what were your thoughts on the team going into the game last night as they prepared to take on a pretty strong Hopkinsville team?
We preached to them all week that we were going to face a really, really strong team, much improved team, and we needed to go in that football game prepared to play, which I thought we did a great job this week of getting ready. Our coaching staff did an excellent job of preparing our guys. We just preached to them, need to be mistake-free, limit penalties, limit their big plays, which they did hit a few big plays. But Hoptown's a really good football team. They're really solid. They have some exceptional players on their side, and it was a tough challenge for us, but yet and still, it's going to be one of those deals where you play a football game like that, probably outmanned at several positions, but you just have to learn from those situations, make corrections, watch our film, and get ready to play the next game on next Friday.
Well, we went into the first quarter. It probably couldn't have started much worse for us as we started out with a couple of 3-and-outs, defense on the field quite a bit. And that would end up playing what I believe is a big part of the football game last night, is our defense was out there a lot, especially in that first quarter. But they played well in that first quarter. Our defense held Hoptown pretty much most of the quarter. Big plays out of number 15 last night, Ben Holt, early on.
Exactly, and you don't want your defense out there that long, but sometimes it's going to happen like that, and those guys are going to have to be able to be on the field quite a bit as well. Other teams are going to be able to sustain drives on you sometime, and you have to be able to stay focused on the scheme and on the game plan, make plays, and really work hard when it's third down to get off the field and make the other teams punt. But just mentioning Ben. He's our leader inside there, and looking at the stat sheet, he had 15 tackles, looks like. So, it's a really good night. He was showing up all around the ball, and kid's a warrior. Kid's a warrior. He's a tough kid, as well as all of our kids. You don't want your defense out there all night. You always want to. 3-and-out is the goal every time on defense. But that's not going to happen every time. But we have to be able to play. It may be a 10-play drive. Who knows? It may be a 3-play drive. So you have to be able to play and adapt to whatever's going on the field. And 3-and-outs are always great. Make the other team punt and get the football back.
Right. Well, I thought our defense played a really good game early on in that one. Offense, not much in the first, like we said, a couple of 3-and-outs. You got into the second quarter, and you started getting into a little bit of a rhythm offensively. You were moving the ball down the field. De'Eric Hollowell started hitting some holes. The line was opening up some pretty good gaps for De'Eric. Had a big night rushing. We'll get to the totals a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But I thought our offense started to get into a little rhythm, Did you think, looking at the averages before the game, Hopkinsville was giving up better than 200 yards a game through the air, but only 62 a game on the ground? Did it surprise you that you started having success in that second quarter with Derek?
Watching them on field, they are they're pretty strong against the run. But we'll have to commend our 5 guys up front. Those guys got after him, and Derek, his vision's much better. He's running the ball harder and stronger, keeping his pads low. All the things you preach to a running back. He's starting to buy in, and the results are a bunch of rushing yards last night against a really, really tough defensive team. The 5 guys up front, what a great night they had, moving those big guys around and climbing to the next level, getting on linebackers. And, anytime you can go in and I believe, like I said, Derek doubled what they were giving up average-wise, that's pretty remarkable. And, that's a positive to build on. Those guys up front, can be rewarded by knowing that we can go into a football game like that against an opponent like that and then be able to create holes and seams and push those guys around a little bit. Our guys up front ought to be, pretty proud of themselves. That's a good unit up there. Haney starts at center for us. It's his second year, and, he does a wonderful job for us. Guards, we've got a sophomore guard, Angel Long. Strong kid, pretty active. One of our tackles, Michael Vickery, is another new starter. Long's a new starter. Luke Stallings is our senior up there, only senior on the O-line, so he has tons of experience. Sam Toich, he's our other guard. And, those guys, you look at them on paper or on the film, you're like, man, all these little short guys and not very heavy. With the exception of Luke, he's a little bit bigger, and Haney's really starting to grow and broaden out, and he had a great winter workout. Dalton did, but with the exception of those two, we're not very big at all up front. I don't know what we're average up front, maybe 210 pounds, maybe. I don't know if we average that much, but those guys are pretty scrappy. They're active up there. They move well, and they like each other. They love each other. It's just one of those O-line deals. Those guys are pretty unique. The offensive linemen are pretty unique people. Yeah. They really are. Myself playing, here in high school and in college, and it's they're just unique and a little bit different bunch. They get no recognition, but they go out and play as hard and as long as everyone else on the football team. So. I think we have a really, really good bunch up there, and the positive good thing about that is we only have one senior, and 4 guys will be able to return, so it's going to gain tons of experience, and excuse me, as the year goes on, those guys are going to get even better, I believe.
And one thing that's kind of overlooked at times, you get a kid like Dalton Haney on a team that plays 99% of the time out of the shotgun. I don't know if we've seen Russ under center 1 or 2 times this season.
Exactly.
Maybe a couple of off-center snaps, but in 3 games, it's remarkable. That kid's on target just about every play.
Yeah, and he has a lot going on. He has to set the defense and get the ball to Russ. And you want it chest high and perfect and all that. It's not all the time, but it's going to be most of the time. He's having to. If it's an odd front defense, there's a guy right in front of him. He has to block or call out the protection or whatever we do, and so it's a big job, and he's done a tremendous job of being our center.
Well, in that second quarter, I said we started to get into a little bit of rhythm. I thought it was a great stat. Hopkinsville's only given up about 62 yards on the ground a game, and in that one drive alone where you guys scored in the second quarter, Derek had 55 yards on the ground.
That's pretty good. And I think coming in. They felt that they had a strong run defense, and they do, but just one of those deals where our guys up front grinded it out, and Derek was hitting it, and Russ even had a few runs, just kind of keep them, making sure they know where he is, keep him off balance a little bit, and I think Russ ran it 16 or 17 times. D'Eric about 18 or 20. So, you're looking about 30-something carries from back there. And guys up front, you just can't say enough about them. They did a great job for us.
You guys have a lot of design runs for Russ just because of his speed, a lot more than in the past with the previous quarterbacks. Tell us something about his growth from game one up until last night.
Well, I think he's throwing the ball a little bit better. I think he's reading things a little bit better. When you stick it in his hand to run it, it's just so natural for him. So that comes easy for him. So we will design some things to just allow him to run the ball, which he does a great job of running the football. So, I think he's taking a little bit more of a leadership role and starting to trust the guys around him. They're starting to trust him and then that's what we need out of Russ is to be the leader. You don't have to be a vocal leader. You just know your assignments, do your job, and do your job well, and that's a leader. So that's what we're looking for Russ to do for us the remainder of the season.
Well, he did a great job last night. So going into halftime after a rough first quarter, it's still a great game. You're only down 14-7 going into the half. The defense has played extremely well in a hot night at Hopkinsville on the road. So what do you think about as you go into the halftime locker room? What are your thoughts up to that point?
We were really positive. We were really positive. We got the touchdown in the second quarter there, and we knew coming out, going into halftime, we didn't have to change a whole lot of things schematically. Just try to, tweak a couple things here and there. Offensively, we're just tweaking a couple things, and Coach Allen's up top communicating with Coach Barnes. They were able to work on some things and just make some subtle little changes in a couple things. Defensively, Coach McClung went over some things. We didn't scrap what we were doing. We just needed to kind of adjust a little bit. The Jesse kid was going, they were going to throw it to him. So we had to kind of shift our coverage just a little bit to kind of pay a little bit more attention to him, see where he was. I thought we did okay, but that kid's just so tough. The Bland kid's so tough, so it's a tough matchup. That Jesse kid's a tough matchup. He'll be a tough matchup for just about anybody, I'm sure, all year. But going into halftime, felt really positive. Coming out, we knew we were getting the football. Start the third quarter. You feel really positive. You think, well, let's get this thing, get hot again, get on the drive, get the ball moving. Go score definitely. If not, get close enough, let's kick a field goal. Get this thing a little tighter. So that was our game plan coming out. Move the ball, be efficient. But sometimes that doesn't happen. So, halftime. Like I said, it was a nice hot night.
It was
we needed that break right there. Get those guys a little water in them, get some of them stretched out, and get ready to go for that second half.
Well, before we go to our first break, I want to mention a little bit of what Coach Clayton had said from Hopkinsville's standpoint, that he expected to be able to run the ball a little bit better, but you guys were putting 8 in the box. He had started having to throw a little bit more, and the Jesse kid, Reese Jesse, is a man among boys out there at 6'4", almost 200 pounds. He's an excellent receiver and does a lot of things for his team, but I think Coach Clayton was impressed about your run defense early on in that game.
Yeah, I thought we did a great job stopping the run, when we needed to. They did gash us a little bit, but, we knew coming in certain sets or whatever they was going to run the ball or pass the ball, whatever, just some scout. Kids did a really good job of being able to see what was going on the field and know where we needed to be. We were flying the football with thought. We were flying the football with thought, and we just need to do a little bit better job of tackling. We got to work on some tackling. First guy there needs to get that guy wrapped up, and we want to gang tackle and try to strip the ball out and get the guys and knock them back. And but yeah, I thought we ran to the ball pretty well. So that's something to build on. And there again, their offensive line, the big old kids, they probably average about 250, 260 probably.
Yeah, they had a 270 and a lot of 250s.
Yeah,
listed.
So that's pretty good sized bunch of kids up there on their offensive line, and they are pretty efficient in running the football. And I thought we did a pretty good job with it, though.
So going into halftime, Caldwell County only down 14-7. Things are looking pretty good. We'll come back after our first break and talk about the second half and then talk about some players that won some awards on the radio last night. We'll do all that after our first break. This is Saturday Morning Quarterback on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, online at WPKYonline.com, of course on the free WPKY app.
Hey, sweetie, it's Mom. I know you and Bobby have only been dating for 2 days, but I still think we should all celebrate. Oh, we can do margaritas at Chili's. They've got that fancy one of the month for $5, which is like just as many days as your last relationship. Funny, right? Oh, talk soon.
Come into Chili's now for our $5 margarita of the month. It's the perfect reason to catch up with friends or celebrate whatever. Together, we Chili's. Available at participating restaurants only. Prices may vary in Hawaii and Alaska. Must be 21 to consume alcohol. Drink responsibly.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about genetically modified ingredients?
Don't like them.
Artificial flavors and colors?
No thanks.
Clean ingredients.
Now that I like.
When you care about what's in things and what's not, shouldn't your vitamins be clean too? Sundown vitamins are all clean all the time. Non-GMO, free of gluten and dairy, with colors and flavors from real food. We even have USDA certified Sundown Organics and kids vitamins too. When you're living clean, choose clean with Sundown Vitamins at supermarkets, drugstores, or on Amazon.
WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Taco John's.
Welcome to a comfortable, affordable room at Regency Inn in Eddyville. Whether traveling or looking for that little getaway, you'll find a fresh, clean room with modern amenities that will make you feel right at home. Regency Inn is ideally located near Barkley and Kentucky Lakes, the LBL, and is a short drive to water parks, golf courses, and marinas. Free continental breakfast with your stay and a good night's rest at Regency Inn Eddyville, 616 Tanner Avenue. We're on the web at regencynky.com.
Pet Grooming by David Rogers and newly opened Jen's Place are in full swing of pampering your fur babies. Whether it's grooming, boarding, or doggy daycare, they have something for your fur baby. They would like to invite you to be sure to bring your fur baby to the Black Patch Dog Show September 7th, sponsored by Pet Grooming and Boarding by David Rogers and Jen's Place. Remember, big or small, they love them all.
Hey, this is Ty Engelbright inviting you to join me celebrating the biggest sale of the year at Brantley Furniture in Princeton. Their huge inventory sale is September 12th, 13th, and 14th. WPKY will be there Thursday, September 12th from 3 to 5 to kick off the fun. Now, the store is fully stocked with new merchandise. There are sales throughout the store. Door prizes every hour from 12 to 5, September 12th and 13th. Register to win a cat napper recliner. Great specials on living and dining room furniture, mattresses, gifts with purchase. It's truly the biggest sale of the year. Help us celebrate Brantley Furniture's anniversary. Brantley Furniture, downtown Princeton. WPKY will be live September 12th, 3 to 5. Stop by and see us.
Big John's Barbecue welcomes you to Black Patch this Saturday. It's a great time for Princeton and Caldwell County. They invite you to stop by their location on Jefferson Street. Look for the Big Green Food Truck. They're 1 block from Main Street. You'll find delicious food and a place to sit down and enjoy your lunch in the shade. They'll be serving up all your favorites during Black Patch. Big John's Barbecue on Jefferson Street in Princeton. Enjoy Black Patch and enjoy some great food from Big John's Barbecue.
Tired of hurting? For safe, high-quality conservative care to help heal your spinal pain naturally, see Dr. James Rushing in Princeton. Dr. Rushing has over 30 years of experience and offers affordable spinal decompression traction for neck pain and lower back pain. Most insurance accepted, including Medicaid and Medicare. Rushing Chiropractic is fully staffed with a team of professionals. Come see us at 505 West Main Street in Princeton. Hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Hi, Caldwell County. I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buy an investment property, or add square footage for your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton, or give me a call at 270-365-3545 to apply today. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409424, NMLS 1002990.
Be part of history. Join hundreds of runners, joggers, and walkers in the inaugural Hoptown Half Marathon and 5K, Saturday, September 28th in downtown Hopkinsville. Planners Bank and Jenny Stewart Health are title sponsors for these timed events benefiting the United Way of the Penny Ryle. Full race details at hoptownhalf.com, and there's a limited time offer to save big on race registration from yoursportsedge.com. Enter YSE Half or YSE 5K, all one word, to save on the race entry only through September 22nd. Every participant gets a sweet race medal and awesome long sleeve performance shirt. Or sign up to volunteer at the race on Friday's pre-race expo. The inaugural Hoptown Half and 5K is September 28th. Race registration discount now from links on yoursportsedge.com, WKDZradio.com, and WHVOradio.com. Be part of local history by running, volunteering, or cheering in the inaugural Hoptown Half Marathon and 5K, Saturday, September 28th.
The Saturday Morning Quarterback Show continues on WPKY. Here's your host, Bob Hayes.
And good morning. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Quarterback. Dennis Stevens sitting in for Bob as he's still flipping the pancakes and sausage down at the Kiwanis Breakfast at Ogden this morning. So stop in there up till 10. In the studio this morning, Coach Wayne McGowan. On controls, John Miller. Coach, we're up to the third quarter. You come out of halftime only down 14-7. Defense is kind of standing on their head playing so well. You're in a good spot at that point on the road against a strong team that only lost by 5 the previous week to Mayfield.
Yeah, defensively there again, we were pretty scrappy on that side of the ball. Give Hoptown credit. They posed some pretty good challenges for you, like you mentioned. Mayfield down to the wire to the wire last week. Mayfield year in year out is going to be a very, very good football team. And thing with I think Hoptown in the Mayfield game, I think Hoptown rose up last week and took on a big challenge in Mayfield team and played really well. So that's kind of what we needed to do last night, was come in and knew we were kind of up against it with their physical abilities and with the experience they have and some spots over there. They're pretty much they're similar to us as far as seniors and juniors. I think they only have 3 or 4 on each side of the ball, kind of like we do as far as seniors go. So there's several juniors and a few sophomores maybe sprinkled in, just like we do. But defensively coming out in that third quarter, as we before mentioned, it was really warm last night, and guys started kind of. I mean, some of those guys' faces were just, they were fighting so hard and they were scrapping so hard and getting after it and didn't want to quit. I need a drink of water, Coach. That's it, and I'm right back. And that's a great attitude. That's a great attitude. They come out get a drink of water, and they're, Coach, I'm ready, and they run right back on the field. So that's a great attitude to have, great warrior mentality, and that's throughout our whole team. Those guys, those guys don't want to come off the field. And as you notice, we have 3 maybe guys going both ways this year, with Russ being one of them. Your quarterback's playing every play on offense and defense. Baron Wells, he's playing both sides of the ball. Tate's playing both sides of the ball. And Ben will spell Tate a little bit at that inside receiver spot, but Tate normally plays the whole game at Y. We call him the Y, and linebacker. So, we're having some guys having to do that this time. And this hot weather right here, I think it's going to be good, especially for those guys who play both sides of the ball, because they're going to get all that conditioning. They're going to get all those reps. And, when this weather kind of breaks some, and, those guys are going to be able to fly up and down the field on both sides of football. I think a two-way player is more in tune to the game. If you never come off the field, you know what's going on all the time. Sometimes you have a guy play just one way, he might run off the field and do whatever on the sideline, and we need him on the field, and where's this guy at? But yeah, those guys are doing a really good job for us going both ways.
Well, they came out. Third quarter started a little bit like the first, a 3-and-out, gave the ball back over to Hoptown. They come up and score a 17-yard pass play to the Jesse kid, Reese Jesse, and that kid was just a great player last night. 12 catches, a little over 200 yards, and he made some good runs after the catch. He is just a quality player, and you got to kind of tip your hat when you run up against a kid like that.
You do. You have to give him credit. Looks as though that kid's really put some work in. The kid's gotten bigger. I didn't realize it didn't seem like he was that big and filled out last year, and I think he's probably grown an inch or two, seems like. looking at 6'3", 6'4" out there against our 5'9", 5'8", 5'10" corners or whatever. It's a big matchup problem. But yeah, 12 catches, 2-something. That's a great fantasy league. I guess if that kid was playing on Sunday and some kind of fantasy team, you'd probably win that weekend.
You'd rather take him than Antonio Brown.
Yeah, no doubt. How about that guy making all that money and acting silly? But anyway,
can't find a helmet to put.
Yeah, it's simple.
That puts you down 21-7. Still in the game. You can't dig too deep a hole because Hoptown is rated as high as maybe 9th or a little bit higher in most polls in 4A, so you got a quality team.
Mm-hmm.
We get the ball back, end up getting it deep, forced to punt almost from the goal line, maybe a step into the end zone. Hoptown takes a chance, and I thought this was maybe the turning point of the game or one to where it really took the wind out of our sails a little bit. They take the punt on the bounce and return it all the way back to the 4. It was a short punt. I think it may have got tipped. I said on the broadcast last night, looked like it got tipped, but they take a chance, pick it up on the bounce, and take it into the 4.
Yeah, and that's great heads-up play by that. I think it's the Level kid, number 1, I think, that did that. That's great heads-up play by that kid. Kind of risky, but, high risk, high reward sometime. And, I guess he, felt like he had something, in which he did. On that punt team, we have to do a better job of sprinting downfield, covering the field, getting to the football. We always teach our guys, if it's on the ground and rolling, let it roll. We want to get all the yardage we can out of it. We always tell them, pick the ball up and hand it to the referee. Don't just touch it or run by it and say, I think I downed it, or because, that ball kind of bounced around, and the kid caught on a great bounce and took off with it. I remember the great Gerald Fuqua a long time ago against Crittenden County in a really, really tight game in that 98 season, I think it was. May have been 7-0. We may have been up, or may have been 0-0 third quarter. I can't remember the exact time. Crittenden had punted similar to that, and it punted kind of toward their sideline, about the 30 or so, and none of the Crittenden kids went over to down the ball. And Gerald just kind of scooped in there, picked it up, and scored.
Right.
So we really have to be heads up on your special teams. And, it was just a great job of that kid being heads up, taking that football. And luckily we tackled him, didn't let him score. And anytime you make a big special team play, such as a return or block a punt or something, it's always could be a big turning point in a football game. But we didn't allow him to score on that particular play, so that was good. We had some – I'm not sure who tackled him down there, but it was a great effort. And, of course, when I watch film, we'll know. But it was a great effort, and we didn't let him score on that particular play.
Well, they take it one play later, punch it in. So 28-7 at that point. Offense is having trouble moving the ball. You kind of feel like this one might be starting to slip away. But then we get the ball back and probably have our best drive of the night. I think I had it listed as a 11-play drive, maybe 12. Oh, an 11-play drive. In the middle of that, you had Bashir to Barron Wells, 38-yard pickup on a nice play. So you go down, Derek makes a nice catch, gets great position out of the backfield on his guy, makes a nice catch and takes it in for the touchdown. So you're back within 28-14 after an 11-play drive.
Oh, yeah, what a drive. Long drive, 11 plays, that's really good. A lot of times we're a quick strike team. We may hit you one play, we may hit you 3 plays and score. But, driving and being able to grind out on an 11-play drive is really good for us, and another positive to build on. And to end it with the touchdowns, even more positive and better. What a great drive. Our kids just wanted to come out, and they were still going to fight. They were still going to fight you. They're still going to play. And that's just a result of not wanting to stop playing and not quitting and continue to play hard. And like I said, put that thing in the end zone, cut that lead in half. And our kids, we're still very energetic, and we're still positive, and we're still in the game. So that was really good for our kids to respond like that.
And we thought maybe, hoping a little bit, 11-play drive gives that defense a chance to rest a little bit. Exactly.
And that was good. Those guys sit down a little bit, get a little more water in them, and relax a little, clear their heads. Yeah, that was really good. I didn't realize it was 11 plays. I knew it was a good drive. I didn't realize it was 11 plays, but that's really good to build on.
Well, at that time, 28-14, late in the third quarter. Still manageable. You get a break here and there. You think maybe we're right back in this one, hanging tough with a very tough Hoptown team. You get to the fourth quarter, and it starts to look like maybe all the time the defense was on the field, especially in that first quarter in the hottest part of the game. And on through the rest of the game, Hoptown tacks on a couple of touchdowns in that fourth quarter, and 42-14 ends up being the final. But I thought the fight out of our kids was there from the opening kickoff.
Yeah, that fourth quarter started. I think they scored first play of the fourth quarter, actually, to the Jesse kid again. Yeah. Great ball, great catch. I think it was Barron. I think it was on him at that time. And, Max Ashley and Barron, I thought they did a really good job back there in secondary against that kid. I think there was a touchdown on their side, first half maybe. He made another great catch. You just tell that kid, hey, great effort. They made a great throw, and he made a great catch, and we don't fault their effort. Just one of those deals where we just have to learn from it and keep moving on. But, fourth quarter started. They punched one in real quick right there, and with the heat and all, and our kids just pouring their hearts out into it. Things we did lose a little bit of intensity, but we were still lining up, we were still playing, and trying to score and trying to stop them.
Well, we did I thought a great job. In fact, I think we talked about on the broadcast last night. I don't know which touchdown it was the Jesse kid made. It was just a perfect throw and a great position and great catch on it. And we said on the air last night, you just had to give him credit for that one, that he could do that.
Yeah, and it may have been that throw in the fourth quarter there. The Bland kid just made a great outside shoulder. You want to catch it on the outside shoulder, and then it looked like they were just out in the backyard just throwing it around a little bit there.
The Bland kid. I don't think we gave him enough credit last night. He had some pretty good touch. He had time to look around. He got some pretty good protection.
Yes.
Russ, on the other hand, got a lot of pressure right up the middle and was flushed to the sides quite a bit last night. So a good job by them. Coach McClung said in the post-game interview that they're probably one of the better 4 or 5 teams in 4A in the state instead of being ranked 9th or 10th. So
I'd vouch for that as well. They're going to give people some problems. They do things. Run-wise, passing-wise. The Bland kid didn't – we saw him run a little, and he has the ability to take off and run that thing. But, stand back there and get protected well, and he's going to pick you apart. And, his velocity and accuracy has gotten much better. So, the kid's really put work in and improved himself.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about next week's opponent, the Crittenden County Rockets, as we continue on Saturday Morning Quarterback on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Hey, sweetie, it's Mom. I know you and Bobby have only been dating for 2 days, but I still think we should all celebrate. Oh, we can do margaritas at Chili's. They've got that fancy one of the month for $5, which is like just as many days as your last relationship. Funny, right? Oh, talk soon.
Come into Chili's now for our $5 Margarita of the Month. It's the perfect reason to catch up with friends or celebrate whatever. Together, we Chili's. Available at participating restaurants only. Prices may vary in Hawaii and Alaska. Must be 21 to consume alcohol. Drink responsibly.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about genetically modified ingredients?
Don't like them.
Artificial flavors and colors?
No thanks.
Clean ingredients.
Now that I like.
When you care about what's in things and what's not, shouldn't your vitamins be clean too? Sundown vitamins are all clean all the time. Non-GMO, free of gluten and dairy, with colors and flavors from real food. We even have USDA certified Sundown Organics and kids vitamins too. When you're living clean, choose clean with Sundown Vitamins at supermarkets, drugstores, or on Amazon.
WPKY. You're listening to the voice of Caldwell County, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
It's time to stop smoking once and for all by attending the next Mark Patrick Hypnosis Seminar in Hopkinsville. In just 2 hours, you can finally become a lifelong non-smoker. Regardless of your past experience or how long you've been smoking, this program is designed so you can stop smoking without anxiety, irritability, or gaining any weight. For only $49.99, you can become a non-smoker through hypnosis. Thursday, September 12th at the Holiday Inn Hotel, 2910 Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville from 8 to 10 p.m. Registration starts at 7:30. Seating is limited, so get there early to reserve your spot. All forms of payment are accepted, or for more information, go to markpatrickseminars.com. Over 500,000 have attended their program. Try it.
it can work for you. Almost everyone knows someone who has stopped smoking using hypnosis. Now that someone can be you. Attend the Mark Patrick Seminar Thursday, September 12th at the Holiday Inn Hotel, 2910 Fort Campbell Boulevard in Hopkinsville, and use the power of hypnosis to stop smoking now.
The Saturday Morning Quarterback Show continues on WPKY. Here's your host, Bob Hayes.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Quarterback. Dennis Stevens filling in for Bob this morning in the studio with Coach Wayne McGowan, and joined by Coach Earl. Came in, gave us the Black Patch update, said it's getting crowded downtown. So good to have you this morning, Coach Earl. Coach McGowan, a couple of players that we want to mention, we mentioned on the radio last night, picked up a couple of the game highlight awards that we give out in the post-game. Derek Hollowell had a big night, 18 carries, 125 yards against a team that was only averaging 62 on the ground, giving up 62. So he more than doubled that on a great job. You got to have the O-line. You talked about that earlier in the broadcast. So if you want to talk about any of those kids anymore.
Yeah, I mentioned them earlier. Just as a unit, you're not going to be able to do much of anything if you don't have a good unit up front. Those kids are starting to gel from this summer. They're really starting to improve. A lot of stuff's thrown at them. A lot of stuff, defensive wise, a lot of schemes. Those guys have to be on their game. They have to be sharp. They have to, be attentive to details. But as a unit, those guys did a really good job last night. 18 for 125 for D'Eric, and that's a pretty productive night against a pretty stout run defense in Hoptown. So we're pretty pleased with that. Just looking at this stat sheet here, we have 17 first downs, pretty good right there. 8 and 8, and of course 1 by penalty. So that's really good right there. Hoptown had 19, so we were right there, moving the balls a little bit and moving the chains, getting those first downs.
A stat that surprised me after I looked at that this morning: the time of possession was only about a 4 to 5 minute difference, and I would have sworn after that first quarter, you had to be down double digits in the minutes.
I would, that is sort of surprising there. Todd would be happy. We did win the possession of time game, but unfortunately we lost the ball game. But that's one of Todd's big deals there. It does tell some truths. If you're hanging on to the football more than the other team, more than likely you're probably going to win the football game. But stats aren't always accurate and true.
Well, 42-14 last night, a loss against a tough Hoptown team. You're going to rebuild this week, prepare for a team that are really riding a high right now. Crittenden County Rockets have played on the road 3 times this season, 3 wins. They're going to come in undefeated, the first home game of the year. The Caldwell County game is always like their Super Bowl of their regular season. They love to play Caldwell. There's a lot of rivalry, a lot of friendships. So tell us a little bit about your preparation and what you look for this coming week out of Crittenden County.
It's Crittenden, it's Caldwell. Throw the records out. The big difference in these kids and then when I play, a lot of these kids know each other and they actually talk to each other. And back when we played, we didn't much talk to you if you were the opponent. But it's just a different generation of kids, and so they're gonna know each other and talk to each other, and some of them probably hang out and all this. And but Crittenden's 3-0, riding high, 3 road wins. They're ready to get home, play a game, and it happens to be us. And I'm sure that place will be packed and rocking. And we're looking forward to it. We know we have to get back to the drawing board and fix some things. They're similar to us on offense. They're a spread team, so they have they did lose a few kids. Boone kid at quarterback, and Dossett, really good receiver. I think he's at UT Martin now actually, they lost some kids. They're kind of rebuilding, rebounding as well as we are. But you go down there and the atmosphere is always exciting and the energy's there, and it's a good place to play. Our folks will be over on that hillside, and their folks seem like everybody's just right on top of you.
The field,
so as a fan, hey, what a great venue, because you're just right there. And it ought to be an exciting game. They're tough. They're putting up a lot of points right now. So we have our work cut out for us.
Yeah, we talked about last night coming home in Hopkinsville at Stadium of Champions. You're a country mile away from the field in the press box. You go to Crittenden County, you hear the helmets popping up.
Yeah, you do, and a lot of times you hear the people behind you talking, and of course, time they hear us talking, we might want to watch what we're saying, but yeah, but then everybody's right on top of you, and it's pretty fun. Yeah. It's pretty fun. The kids are rolling down the hills and sliding down that hill over there, and I'm sure it'll be an exciting night, and we're looking forward to it.
Just a fun Friday night, and we're looking forward to it also, Coach. Tough loss last night, but so far 2-1 on the season. We congratulate you on the start, and we'll look forward to the game next Friday night at Crittenden County. That's Coach Wayne McGowan this morning, joined by Coach Earl late here on the Saturday morning quarterback. We'll be on the air next Friday night at 5:30 right after the local news with the Your Sports Edge regional preview. Then we'll have Bob Hayes Coach's Show featuring Coach Wayne McGowan next Friday night. And then right after that, it's the McGregor Heating and Air pregame show that'll take us right up to kickoff for the Tigers and the Rockets from Marion. Don't forget, Black Patch coverage here on WPKY begins next hour, so stay tuned for that. We'll be covering events all day long downtown Princeton for the annual Black Patch Festival, so stay tuned in for that this afternoon. So for John Miller, I'm Dennis Stevens. Thank you for listening this morning, and we will see you next week on Saturday Morning Quarterback.
You've been listening to the Saturday Morning Quarterback Show with your host, Bob Hayes, and producer, John Miller. You can watch the Quarterback Show again at WPKYOnline.com. For more news about Caldwell sports and sports from across the area, remember to go to YourSportsEdge.com.
This is Chief O'Malley of the Paint Police. I know you're in there. Come on out. Let's make this easy.
Hey, Chief. Looks pretty bad. Maybe we should call for some backup.
Oh, they'll be coming out. You can bet your paint chips on it.
Okay, people. We've got all the time in the world. We'll just sit here and watch your paint peel and fade and get all chalky. Now, if you had used a high-quality house paint like Porter Super Acrylic, we wouldn't have to be here. Porter keeps its brilliant color much longer. You wouldn't have all that blistering and peeling. From now on, you look for the cans with the orange stripes, you hear? Then you'll know you're getting quality Porter paints.
Chief, you did it. They're coming out. Yeah.
Now, what was that you were saying about needing backup, Sarge?
Hey, they're making a break for it. Chief.
Stop. Where do you think you're going?
They're going to buy Porter paints, Chief.
I knew that.
Joyner Hardware, 113 West Main Street, Princeton.
Hey guys, Heidi with Capitol Cinemas here, your local Princeton movie theater with your weekend lineup. In Cinema 1, Overcomer, PG. In Cinema 2, Art of Racing in the Rain, PG. In Cinema 3, Silent Natural, PG. All three movies show Friday at 6:30 and 9:15, Saturday at 1, 3:45, 6:30 and 9:15, and Sunday and Monday at 1, 3:45 and 6:30. Call during showtime hours at 270-365-0200 or visit us at capitalcinemas.net. Thanks for listening. See you at the show.
Here is a reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Tampering with an electric meter is dishonest, dangerous, and against